Welcome to the It's All Fine and Danjee podcast, where hosts Dan and Angie talk with creatives, small business owners, charities, and all kinds of interesting people. It's all real talk. It's all fine and Danjee.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another week of the It's All Fine and Danjee podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in each and every week and seeing what's going on in our lives.
We're trying so hard not to start this over again because this is like our 10th try, mostly because of my technical issues this morning, but holy moly. We're recording in the apartment and I'm out of my element.
Yeah. We're not at like a normal set up table with the headphones on. So there's something about having the headphones on that keeps you kind of on track, you know?
Our volume is different too. I feel like we talk at a much more reasonable volume right now. As soon as I put headphones on, I am getting into it. I don't know why.
That's so weird.
I don't know why either.
But anyway, guys, we are recording on a Sunday. We've already had a busy morning. We've been up into the dog park to wear little Mackenzie out.
We did, yes. That was fun. I take her there every single morning now at 7 a.m. Yes. It was really nice to have you out and introduce you to the gang. I know all the dogs' names by heart now. Dan
dragged me out of bed.
Indeed, I did.
So that I could join them at the dog park.
And let's be honest, Mackenzie dragged you out of bed because she was like, come on with us, come on with us.
Come on, Mom. Yeah. Don't you want to see all my friends?
Yes, that's exactly the voice that she has.
She did. Exactly. But anyway, it is Sunday, July 23rd, and it's a very special someone's birthday today.
Yes, indeed it is. And what a great idea to give a shout out. That was your idea, Angie. Thank you for that. But today is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. I know you listen. And I hope you have a wonderful day. We're looking forward to seeing you next week for dinner.
Happy birthday, Christy. We know she's one of our very regular listeners.
Indeed.
So.
I could put the birthday song in here, but I'm not sure of the rights on that one.
You know, maybe I will start actually doing this as a regular thing for people that I know are our listeners, because there's this cool little feature on the iPhone now, and I showed you this.
Oh yeah.
So on the what's the home screen whenever it pulls up?
Angie's going to be referring to home screen widgets for those of you that are nerds like me.
Yeah, so there's a little widget on there. It has a little birthday cake, and when you click, it'll have like a little notification, and when you click on it, it takes you to Facebook, right to where you can post on people's wall for whoever's birthday it is. So that is great for me because I always miss people's birthdays on there. I'm just I'm not regular enough on it, I guess.
Yep.
And so I think that's really cool. So if I notice somebody's birthday and I know they're a listener, I'm going to shout them out if we're doing a recording.
I love it. And I hate to sound lame here, but I'm going to anyway. For all these years, I've been going and writing happy birthday to all my friends on Facebook on their birthday. Now Facebook has it to where if you just click the notification, you can just select happy birthday, Kevin. You don't have to type anything. So it's pretty easy.
I know. Making our life way too easy. I'm telling you.
But, before we get into what we've done this past week here in town, I did want to mention that our hot wing challenge, chicken wing special.
It's National Chicken Wing Day.
It is indeed. And
on July 29th.
Yes. And that's when our chicken wing challenge, our now annual chicken wing challenge, this is year 2 of it, comes out. This is one we always do on video. It will also be an audio podcast for those of you that only listen to audio podcasts, which is mostly what I listen to.
But the video is hilarious.
The video is hilarious. We had some great guests on. I don't want to ruin it, but let's just say at least one of them had a very hard time with the hot sauce, the really hot sauce, and it was spectacular to watch unfold.
Yeah, and this is something that we do to drive business to local hot sauce companies. So Dan handpicked 7 sauces this year. Some were repeat, but different flavors.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, we had 2 that were actually identical to last year because we liked them. One of them because we liked it so much. The other one because it was hellfire.
Yeah. And one of them, they only make one flavor, just different heats.
Yep.
Spur, right?
Indeed. Spur, yes. Such a good sauce, though. But yeah, and to sort of piggyback onto what Angie just said, we will talk a little bit more about those as we get past the episode because I don't want to really ruin the the fun of watching it, but we've discovered some amazing sauces, not just hot sauce, but barbecue sauce too. So stay tuned for that, because we've made some new friends with some of these companies, and they're going to be coming on the show to do some interviews with us. We may or may not have done some of those interviews already.
That is right. And if you're a listener, you know that if we did or if we didn't. There. I'll give that.
Well, they won't know by the time this comes out because it's not out yet.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
This is
See,
true.
we get caught in the time loop sometimes because the episodes come out in a different order, than we record.
I know. Anyway, we have been having fun checking out our small little town here in Eustis, and every Wednesday we have put it on the calendar. That is our date night. Like, leave the dog at home. We are going out. We're going to explore. We're going to just spend time together, because all parents need that. Parents.
Oh boy. But I will say this, that the weekly date night thing doesn't always have to be, fancy or expensive, but can't recommend that enough for couples out there, because if you're like us, we all get kind of consumed by our work, by our jobs.
Which we really have over this past couple months.
We
definitely.
really have. So just breaking away from your kids, your dog, your job, or your jobs, or your hobbies, or whatever, and making sure you take one night per week, I think it's really a good idea. And we've had such a cool experience with it here, because we can walk right out the door and go to things now. And
we can.
That's been really neat.
But we, this week, we chose to take an Uber over to Mount Dora. Just because we knew we were going to have some drinks and we didn't want to have to drive
only had a
back.
couple drinks, but I'm a big proponent of Uber, just in case.
It's the best invention ever.
Yes.
Really. I
agree.
mean, come on. So anyway, we went to, our first stop was, I had taken you there one time before, and we've been wanting to go back. And so we went to the Back Porch Pizza.
Yes. Oh my God. That is the coolest little place. They have really good pizza, and they had a really good beer. It's like one of my new favorite beers they had there too. So
yeah, and I had a really good mixed drink, and we got to sit inside at the bar. So it's the Back Porch Pizza Bar is where we sat at.
Yep.
It's an actual bar, and the pizza oven is right in front of you, which is so cool.
It really is, yeah. And it's nice and air conditioned in there. Right now in Florida, it is really hot to sit outside. I mean, it could be 90 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. So we went inside. I had the Imperial Stout from Wicked Weed Brewing, and we've actually been to Wicked Weed
from North Carolina.
Yeah, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, that was a really good beer. It really was. It wasn't too sweet. Though it's called like milk and cookies.
I don't know why it's called that, because it's not. It wasn't really sweet to me. But that, and then we had their vegetarian pizza. I call it that. It's not the name of it, but anytime there's no meat on a pizza, I call it vegetarian. But it was really good with the basil.
Their pizza is really, really good, and we had some garlic knots and talked to some nice people sitting next to us. I mean, how we are. We talk to everybody. Yeah. So we talked to the group on the left of us and the group on the right of us. But it sits about maybe 7 or 8 people up at the bar area there. And there's a couple tables inside, but then they have a huge, it's called the Back Porch Pizza. And there's a huge porch area. So there is plenty of seating. It's just, we wanted to be inside.
There were plenty of people sitting out there. We're just wimps with the heat, as you guys may know. Yeah. Then we not even a block from there, we walked over to Maw's Mountain Moonshine, which we've talked about before.
Yes.
Coolest little shop.
I know.
It's almost like a gift shop with moonshine in it.
Yeah, it really, the main focal point when you walk in is the moonshine. And I love that they have them in the little mason jars. That's just very country. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a Maw's Mountain Moonshine. That's probably originally what it was in, that or some type of jugs. But the story there is so cool. We really want to have them on the show. They do like a little sampling of, we didn't do this, and I wish we would have done this instead of the mixed drinks.
Next time for sure.
But they do like little shots, little mini shots. They're not full shots, of course, because dear God, if you did full shots of, like 7 shots of moonshine,
you'd be in trouble.
But you get to try all the different moonshines.
Yeah, it's like those little plastic, we used to call them training wheel shots, but they're, little tiny.
Oh, trust me, it's plenty. Because I went with my friend Erica from work. We went for like a girls' night. I remember. And we did that. And I'm like, well, I can't go home for a while.
Yes, that was fun.
But they're flavored moonshines. And they even like, it goes down very smooth for sure. but it is definitely recommend. Yeah. Take an Uber if you're going to go enjoy some drinks at the
Moss Mountain Moonshine.
Moss Mountain Moonshine. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Try to say it
Moss
fast.
Mountain Moonshine is a mouthful.
It really is.
But they have I just want to say one more thing too. They have some that are a little more sweet, some that are way less sweet, which my favorite ones, of course, are way less sweet. So if you talk to them in the back and kind of tell them what you're after and what you like, they'll
Well, because
tinker.
they do the mixed drinks in the back. They have a little bar back there
and
where you
they'll
can get mixed drinks.
They'll customize them too. Like they've got their set menu, but if you're like, I really don't want it to be sweet, they'll put a little more soda water in. And this the nicest people there. And we've been discussing with them about having them on the show too. They have a really cool story. I don't want to ruin it, but let's just say when you go there, you'll see that this has truly been in the family for a long time. And there's even like shoes on the deck that are like, look like deer prints at the bottom where relatives that used to really make moonshine were like hiding from the feds. I mean, it's really, really a cool
it's
place.
cool. So we talked to Anna back. She was doing, she's usually been there every time I've been there. She was doing the mixed drinks. So, we're really hoping, I'm going to reach out to them, hopefully get them on the show because it's a really cool story. And they have some other things that they're doing in town that I will not say because we'll save that for if they're on the show.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
So I think we were all about drinking this day because after that, now
Not really, though, because we went to the pizza place and we had a beer.
I know, but that's the whole thing. It was all small businesses we were going to.
Yeah.
And that is what I do love about these small towns is this is usually what you find.
Yep.
You're going to find small mom and pop owned shops, and those are the type of places that we want to get into and really support.
Indeed, we do. And the last place was called the Handlebar, which we've been to the Handlebar before. I've only been once before, I think, with Mindy and you.
Your local speakeasy.
And it is truly, I mean, one of the guys behind the counter has one of those mustaches that's curled up on the ends.
So amazing.
And and their drinks are phenomenal. But this is one of those places where you're not going to go like, well, I wouldn't go to like, you're not going to have 4 or 5 drinks. You're going to have 1 or 2 really good, really high-end, well-made, crafted drinks. Their Sazerac is second to none.
Yeah.
And you got an aviator in there,
Yes,
I think, right?
And the gin was amazing.
Yeah.
They're really talented at mixing the drinks the right way. It's not like a lot of bars you go to, they're just trying to make it strong.
Right.
And it doesn't taste like anything.
And I'll tell you this.
Or it's too sweet and you don't taste the alcohol,
Yeah, or they just don't know how to make. I get it that most bars are just kind of generating the standard drinks, but go into a regular bar and ask for a Sazerac, and they'll be like, who is what?
Yeah.
And they don't have the ingredients for it.
And the place that's a speakeasy should know that since it is the very first named cocktail ever, which you learn in Louisiana.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool places we've been going to, but that was really
there
fun.
was some live music. I wanted to mention, too, that Moss Mountain Moonshine, they do live music there as well, which a lot of these local little places are really supporting local artists as well, which I love.
And that guy that was at, I wish we would have got his name at the Handlebar. He was really good, too.
He was good. Oh, and Anna at Moss Moonshine. Oh my gosh, I cannot. Anyway, the Moonshine place. I can't say it. She, Jency, has been doing music there.
Yeah, that's right. I love that.
We have seen him out at Fox Valley Farm and Hop Yard.
That's right. So he plays at Moss Mountain Moonshine and Fox Valley Farm and Hop Yard. Say those 2 things really fast.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, guys, so get out and support your local little towns and all the little mom and pops. I want to say mom and pops, but family-owned businesses, because we've really seen that there is, it is a real family endeavor, right? So we were talking to Anna. The whole family lives together too.
Yeah. It's a big house, but it's like the old school mentality of families are all working together, families are all helping each other, families are all living together, and they have their own private space. And to me, it sounds amazing. You still get away from everybody when you need to, but you're always working together and you're always trying to make each other's lives better. So it sounded really, really cool to me.
That is, if you get along with everybody gets along, and I'm sure, sometimes you don't, but you work those things out.
Yeah,
that
for
is
sure.
Family. So also, like, whenever we do go out for a little lunch or something, we do try to we're trying to make sure we check out every single little place that is in our little downtown Eustis area.
Yep. I've been to most of them now.
We have been to most of them. We had went to this restaurant, Backfin, a long time ago, but I don't think it was called Backfin when we went. That's how long ago it was.
I think
it was other owners. But there's a little like seafood restaurant, with some other stuff on the menu, of course. And they sit kind of down by the lake.
Right on the train tracks.
Right on the train
back,
tracks. Yeah. And so Backfin is the name of that restaurant. We went there for lunch the other day. We took the dog originally, and it was just too hot to sit outside, so I brought her all the way back to the apartment. It's literally like not even a block.
When you're close enough to go, hey, babe, can you just get us a table inside? I'll be right back.
5 minutes,
right. And you were back in 5 minutes. But that's a nice little place. They had a pretty good burger. Here in town, too, if you're not familiar with Eustis, which I wasn't, they do a car show regularly. Do you know exactly when that comes out?
No, but I think it's like once a month they do that. They also do the first Friday.
Every first Friday of the month is like a big celebration with like food trucks, and they close the streets down.
It's a street party, basically. Vendors, live music, people bring their chairs and just sit outside. And we also have what do you call it? Open
container.
Yeah, where you can, go to one of the bars, and they'll give you a little cup, and you can walk around and go to the next place.
It's the neatest thing. It's we talked about
has that too.
Yeah, Mount Dora does it now. They do it now here in Eustis, and it really turns out to be convenient because not to make it all about drinking, but let's just say like at the car show, if you want to just grab a beer and go check out the cars. We're not necessarily car enthusiasts, but Angie and I took the dog for a walk right through the car show, went down to Wolf Branch Brewing Company, which, wow, what a good porter they had. I was blown away.
Like a coffee flavor.
Oh, it was amazing.
That's what I look for when I look for a porter.
Yes.
Is like it tastes kind of coffee-ish.
Yeah, dark and heavy.
And I do like the vanilla porters because it has a little sweetness, but this one was good because it didn't. It's like how I like my espresso martinis.
Yes.
Gosh, I'm an alcoholic. Ooh, that one blew your ears out. Sorry, guys. That was Angie's cackle.
That certainly, I'm sure that one did. But anyway, so we're going to work on getting them on the show too. I spoke with the lady in there, and she expressed that perhaps the owner would be interested in that. So we're just trying to meet with all these local businesses, get to know them better, and help promote them. But we will definitely be back there regardless, because Wolf Branch Brewing, right there in downtown Eustis.
It's such a kid. I didn't get to go in because we had the dog.
Oh, it's really cool. You have to go in next time for sure.
It's just a tiny little seating area in there, but I think they can fit maybe 20 people in there. There's a couple tables
maybe
in
so.
there.
And there's a little back room I didn't go into also,
okay.
So I don't know what that is, but we'll find out more about them. But just being able to duck in there, grab a couple porters to go, take the dog for the walk, it was really, really cool.
I know. I really am digging this kind of lifestyle of being able to just walk right down. I wish there was some more like grocery type stuff that you could walk to.
Yeah.
That would be a cool, to have a little grocery store.
That would be amazing.
Like what is it? Not Ingles. That's in North Carolina.
Everybody sit back and listen for a minute.
IGA.
Oh, IGA. Dang, she found it way too soon.
Did. So those are always like smaller grocery stores. They don't have a huge variety of stuff, but that would be a great thing to have in this area.
Yeah. So who knows if it's coming, but I would like that too. And it's weird because we know that when we get up there in North Carolina, we want to be back in like a neighborhood or a little more away from everything. But I do agree, kind of enjoying that right now.
Yeah, it's nice. It is nice.
Well, guys, have a good week.
How nice is it? Is it nice? Is it really nice?
Hold on.
Is it a little bit nice or is it a lot nice?
We hope you guys have a nice week. We hope you have a nice week.
We do hope you have a nice week. The rest of our Sunday consists of mowing yard and cleaning a rental.
So here we go.
Here we go.
But remember, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're the one that leads us into that normally. And just like when we did
you trying to give me the hints?
Just like when we did
Maybe I don't want to end the show yet. Maybe I still want to talk.
When I did the wing introductions, it could not have been more robotic. I had to edit it like crazy. So if you watch that, I'm like, and our good friend Carlos, and I'm out of practice because you do it all the time now.
Yeah, I take us out of the show.
And I love it when I'm talking to Sam. I go, and Sam, you and your wife and you and you had to jump in and save me. So thank you for that.
That's what I'm here for, guys. And here we go. Guys, remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy. Hit the button. guys, we hope you enjoyed the show today. If you did, we would love a review. So make sure to head over to your Apple Podcast app or whatever app you listen to your podcast on and give us a 5-star review. Also, give us a like and a follow on our social media. You can find that all under Fine and Danjee. And if you want to find out more about our guest or about us, head over to fineanddanjee.com.